Rachel Rose here, talking all things boxing, and I'm here this evening, this fabulous Saturday evening, with the gentleman John Hedges, off the back of yet another win on Wednesday. How are you doing, John?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Rachel. Another win, and yeah, just it was a good end to the year. It's like I say, it's been a bit of a shit year outside the ring, so it's nice just to have a good finish and go and enjoy my Christmas.
Absolutely. I mean, I was there obviously on Wednesday, so it was really great to see you fight in person because that was the first time I've seen you fought in person. Um, my read on your face, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, was that you weren't really happy with the fight itself. Like you're happy with the win, obviously, but
Yeah,
there was kind
yep.
of a sort of a sort of energy about your reaction. Do you want to talk me through that?
Yeah, I suppose. Do you know what? I was buzzing about the win. I just think I'm one of them ones. I'm a bit of a critic of me. Like, do you know, like I think we expected so much more from the fight, and then like it was kind of like I don't know. We done a hard, long training camp, and we was ready for this big, explosive, probably performance from Ellis Zorro. He's kind of like he must win. He's got to come on the front foot to beat me. He's going to come out swinging, and I, it's probably nothing. Like no disrespect to him, but I think we just planned for a bit more. So when the fight didn't light up, it was almost like I didn't light up, which is all on me, by the way. It's not on Ellis, obviously. But yeah, I feel like it was always like, right, he's a lot smaller man. He's going to come forward. When he commits, then we're going to bring the fire. And then it was almost like it never got going. Like I won the early rounds quite comfortably. I say I won probably the first 5 or 6, 5 rounds. First 5 rounds, I think I had a bit of a bad sixth. But yeah, never really got it too much. It just weren't. It was one of them fights when not a lot was happening. I felt like I'd done a lot of the best work in the early rounds, and then never really done a lot in the last bit. But one of them ones, I think, gave myself enough lead. Finished the fight comfortable, like I say, hardly got hit. And at that kind of level, if you can have a bit of a bad performance and barely get hit, have no injuries, that's a very good win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what I felt was I thought it was a really classy performance in those early rounds. Like you were just doing some really,
Yeah,
really nice stuff, stuff that, you were moving off the back foot, you were being unpredictable with your counters, you were just, yeah, some really nice stuff was in there, it was, but I just felt like you didn't get out of second gear. I felt like you kind of
that
coasted.
that that is exactly that. To be fair, and I hate saying that sometimes because it's like you're saying, "Oh, I'm that good" or whatever. But it just genuinely it was one of them fights where I felt like I didn't have to do anymore.
Yeah.
And like I say, a crit that's a critique on myself. I will get better at. But yeah, it just because nothing happened. I think like even to the point of if he landed like a real good clean shot on me or I felt a good body shot, something like that, just to give me a kick in the teeth and just say, "Come on, like let's get going now. Let's do a proper job." And it never really lit up, like I say, but. I'm very happy with that because if I could sit here on Tuesday night and they said, "Could you predict the fight?" and I'd say, "I'm going to win unanimous. I'm going to come out without a mark on my face. I'm barely going to take a shot." I'd say I'll take that all day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't actually complain. I think it's just when you know you're in there and it got like even when the fight was over, I was like, I'm not out of breath. I'm not hurt. I barely took a shot. Why didn't I do more? Why didn't I step on that gas and try and stop him here? But we learn. We live and learn. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And that was your 10th, 11th, 10th,
12th fight.
12th fight. All
Well,
the numbers are blending. Yeah. So technically, you're still in that that learning stage, isn't it?
yeah,
Those 1 to 15 definitely are the real picking up what works for you, what you want to do, the rights and the wrongs, the lessons, and it
yeah,
feels like I mean, you and I spoke when the fight was announced. That was obviously
yeah,
the 8 weeks ago, and going into that, which was kind of I thought it was quite funny by the time that we got to the fight because the bookies had changed. But you were like, I'm coming in as the underdog. Every note, like
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
thinks
yeah.
that Zora's going to walk through me, da da da. But I'm happy, but I should be getting this, da da da. And then somebody watched the video and commented, being like, I don't think this aged well because he was like because the bookies have got you
Yeah,
like to
they
win.
completely went that they went the other way. Like
Yeah,
it felt like boxing people thought I was going to get beat, which I found weird because I thought boxing people would probably back me a bit more. And then like non-boxing people who didn't really know either of us went, "Oh yeah, obviously John's going to win. He's the 11-0." Do you know what I mean? So it was more like there was a few names like quite well-known fighters commenting, "It's a Zorro win. It's a Zorro win." Yeah, I get that they was friends of Ellis and things like that as well. So obviously that plays a part, but. I think, like I say, to the wider audience, I'm very much untested, and I don't look like an overly massive man. I know I'm tall, but like massively strong or whatever. So I think I can sometimes get took for granted, and I think that's probably why the fight didn't light up. I think like it's very easy to say just go in there and do this with John, get into his chest, break his body up, make him feel small. But then when you're actually in there, it's another story.
Especially because you've got those long arms and people probably don't expect you to be so whip it fast as well. Like those shots were coming out of nowhere, like
Yeah,
those uppercuts and stuff. And if if you're not prepared for the rhythms and you're not prepared for the speed and all that kind of stuff, it's all well and good, like you say,
exactly.
saying
Everything don't just come off as
no.
easy as just go forward and throw shots. It don't happen like that. And that's what I feel like we felt like. I felt like I hurt him in the first couple of rounds, and we see little wobbles, and then obviously he went down. They didn't count it as a knockdown, but
I was so surprised about
everyone,
that.
yeah, everyone on my team believe it was ultimately it weren't a clear shot, but I still landed, and you can't take that long to get off the canvas if you've not been hit. That's my only opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm
Yeah.
going down like that, I'm jumping, I'm doing a backflip to get back up. I'm proving that it's a slip.
Yeah.
Where I feel like he took like 25 seconds to get back to his feet. So
I mean, I was obviously in the room and I had a good seat, so I was sort of smack bang in the middle, so I had a great view of the thing.
yeah,
And from my perspective, where he when he stood, so he was facing towards me as he stood, but his legs were gone.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. We said the same thing. We thought the exact same thing. Like whether it was a big shot or not, it was a heavy fall. So if you're having a fall as heavy as that, you shouldn't be going over like that as a boxer unless you do get caught. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Like
I don't know if
unless
I
you
was
get hit.
asleep, but I thought they counted him. I thought they did
No,
the
they started and then he waved it off. So when they done that, then obviously panic alert. We're like, what's going on here? I hope this ain't
yeah.
going against me. Do you know what I mean? But look, like I say, if that did get counted, the scorecards would have just been wider.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it probably wouldn't have changed a lot. And it's he recovered well as in the round after he was back anyway. But yeah, I just think it was a nice performance in the sense of like it was quite an easy job. Oh, there's the main man.
Yeah. Terence wants to get involved. There he is. Um, he's so funny. It's because I was away for a week for the fight, so he's just like my
He's missed you,
shadow.
hasn't he?
Yeah, literally, he's my shadow. Well, I mean, look, as we know, all of these experiences are lining things up. I mean, I don't feel like you've really gone through much of a challenge yet.
No, and yeah, I'd probably say the same. Like I genuinely don't know how good I am in this in a fight. I know how good I am in sparring. I've mixed it with world level many a times, British level all the time, and I'm always sparring good people. So I know where I'm at as a spar. But like I say, until you do it under the lights, it don't mean nothing. But I think to beat Ellis Zorro in the way we did, we know he fought Aloys obviously the fight before, and I believe he beat Aloys. And I don't know what other people think, but I think a lot of people agree. Like, so for me to go in there and do that to Ellis, I think that should set a statement. He's been at world level. I've kind of gone in at world level and, like I say, not been touched, and I could fight again today if I wanted to. So I think there's a lot of positives we can take from it, but I do need to show more in my fight. So next one, hopefully, we get a bit more off.
Well, I completely agree. I think that this was a good example of where you're at, even if people don't know, now they know. Do you know what I mean? If
Yeah,
people were
yeah, yeah,
thinking,
exactly. I'm definitely past this English level now. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't have chose to defend my belt if I'm honest with you. It was just more do as the boss man says. Eddie said, "Look, you're defending it," so I said, "No problem." I've
yeah,
never, I've never argued about opponents. I probably should be a little bit more stricter with myself on the sense of saying I want this, I want that. But look, Zorro got offered to me. I said yes within seconds, and I ended up fighting Zorro. And like I say, in the grand scheme of things, people thought I was going to get dropped. People thought I was going to have a life or death situation. None of that happened. I've
mm.
like it's quite an easy result and probably the same as the Qualas fight. Quite comfortable. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh,
Can you see me, Rachel?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Oh,
hold
no,
tight.
I can see you again. I can see you again. You're back.
Right, I've got you. If someone keeps ringing me, because that's happened twice now, do I just put do not disturb on? Will that stop?
Yeah.
Right, let me do that.
If you've got your do not disturb set to make people go away. I've got one that's literally like
Right,
no one can call me, no one can text me, nothing
right,
happens.
perfect. I've done it. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Uh,
But yeah. So it was, yeah, like I say, it was comfortable, and I think moving forward, it's just confidence now because I've got to be more confident in myself. But look, I've not really put a step wrong since turning professional, and I've done everything asked. I've beat everyone put in front of me. So we're looking at the British title next, and please God, I get me chance.
I think also, you're off the back of a bit of a rough year. And I think when
Yeah,
you and I, again, we spoke about that briefly on the last call, and to be able to maneuver yourself through tough times because you're going to get adversity the whole time you're in your career and you can't control what
100%.
happens. So knowing that you went through some tough times, some difficulty coming back to London, changing gyms,
Yeah,
all of it, and then going through a fight that was meant to be your acid test and breezing it without issue should fill you with confidence. But also, I like the fact that, it's filling you with confidence, but you're also going, hang on a minute, if I could do that when I haven't tried that hard, what could I have achieved if I'd
That's
really
exactly that.
pushed myself?
And gone for it 100%. Like that is literally what I'm saying. Like I know I'm better than that level, but I feel like if I went and blasted him out, which I was more than capable of doing in 4 rounds, I would have made the statement I needed to make. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very happy, but I know like I expected so much more. That's all I'm being honest with saying. Like I genuinely thought he was going to come out swinging. We're going to have this life and death. I'm going to have to take a few big shots. I'm going to have to ride them. And yeah, I was like, I'm kind of waiting for it. Like we got to round 7. I'm coming back to the corner and I'm looking at Frank Greaves. And I'm going, Frank, what do you mean? Like, he's like, John, stick it on him now. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like, he ain't doing what we expected. So,
yeah,
I think it's a great thing to like for me to learn because that's never happened in a fight. I've never had to change the game plan that much. And
yeah.
yeah, it's a good box ticked. I've got a world title challenger on my record. He boxed for the British. He's been well highly ranked, and ultimately that's what I want to do in my career. So, I think by having that as a tick now, we just push forward in the right direction and take some big fights.
And I think that's what's really exciting about it is because we know now that you're like, oh, I know what to do next time, and you can only know those
Yeah,
things by practice.
being in there,
Exactly.
100%.
What's your hopes for 2026? I mean, obviously, you're saying that you want to fight for the British. Like anybody in your sights, but apart from the British, but is it just I just want to fight for the British, so I'll just do whatever needs to be done to get to that point?
That's me. I want to be a British champion. So I believe that when I've heard talks, that could potentially become my eliminator for the British as such because I've defended the English. That's 3 10-round fights on the spin, 3 title fights on the spin. So I've not been taking no backward steps. It's always been pushing forward, pushing forward. And yeah, ultimately, I suppose the Alois fight would make sense because Alois' last opponent was Ellis Oro. My last opponent was Ellis Oro. Um, he's got a couple of belts. I've got I've got the one belt now because the Southern area don't count. But yeah, I've got the one belt I've defended a couple of times. So I think we both offer something to each other. So that's a fight I'd be interested in, of course. But it makes sense for the British. He'd say the same thing. He's not going to want to box me for a tenner. Do you know what I mean? Like it's got to be for a British. So yeah, I've basically said it's got to be my next fight. It's got to be for a better belt. So British title's what I want. But if they offered me an IBF, European, WBC, silver, whatever they might be, if it's going to give me a world ranking, it's pushing in the right way.
Absolutely. And I think you're definitely in a position to to be, to start being really sort of put in and amongst those other
Yeah,
names.
definitely. I stay quiet normally, but I'm like, do you know
Yeah.
what? Now I want to be amongst them fighters. Do you know what I mean? Like my world ranking's really high at the minute, and I feel like, yeah, do you know what? I've actually put myself there now. So let's go big fights only. And like I say, I'm not scared of fighting anyone, long as it's in my best interest. If I like
Yeah.
if do you know what I mean? If it's in my best interest, if in the sense of if I win, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, then it's worth doing.
And I think also you probably are happy to say this now because you're such a humble person that
Yeah.
you're the kind of person that would never say anything that you couldn't back up with fact or truth. And
Exactly. I've got
yeah,
to prove it before I'd say it, and that's why I kind of said like, if I couldn't beat Ellis Zorro, there's no point me sitting here 2 months ago or last month saying I want the British title because I didn't deserve it. Now I've beat him. I believe I deserve it. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh, definitely. And I think what was so great about that card and what was really enjoyable is I've seen obviously you and I've spoken a few times now and a few of the fighters
Yeah.
I'm seeing them from their like first bout and now this is like, whatever. So it's really cool to see how the journey's unfolding for all of you and just
Yeah, definitely. It's progressing, isn't it?
yeah, it really is. And it feels like 2026 is going to be a really big year for a lot of people. So I'm not going
Yeah,
to keep
God
you
willing,
too
man.
much longer because we were talking off camera and you've had a very stressful day trying to get your Christmas shopping done
Nah, it's
and
all
it's
good. It's all
dinner
good.
time. But look, John, have a restful, blessed, safe, happy, healthy Christmas. Enjoy it
Sounds
because
good. And you?
it sounds like, you'd never know when the next phone call is going to come in to offer you the next thing. So, and I feel like,
Exactly.
Matchroom are moving fast. They're moving faster than I think any of us can really
Than
keep up
anyone.
with.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
There's no one keeping up with them.
Honestly, like tonight, I'm stressed with how much boxing is on because I'm
No, I
like,
know. It's crazy,
there's,
isn't it?
and also I still haven't caught up with the whole card from last night. And there's boxing. I've literally got the boxer card on the background, but then I'm like, when does the card, the matchroom
Yeah, you got
card
the Ghana
start?
show. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's what I'm trying to get ready for, like the Richards fight.
When's it on? Because I couldn't find. It said to be determined.
Literally. when I walked through the door, I was like, right, phone on charge. I bailed you. So I reckon, what's the time now? I reckon I'd say 9 o'clock UK, but there's no sellings.
Yeah, exactly.
I will
Oh,
check.
yeah. No, yeah, I'd like to watch Craig
But
Richards.
it's a great fight. They're both me ex-sparring partners, Craig and Dan. So it'd be nice to watch them.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good one. So, and the face-offs and everything have been really cool and doing it somewhere
Yeah,
different.
yeah, exactly. They're both humble as well. They're both like they're both kind of like boxers who have been about a long time. They was actually in the same mix as Ellie Sorrow. They all grew up together, I think. Like
Mm.
they've all been around each other during boxing and that. But they're the ones who are stuck to it. Like if you looked at all the old photos, like at the Peacock gym, the Matchroom gym, like Craig's been about for a long time, Dan Aziz has been about for a long time, Ellie Sorrow have been about for quite a while. Do you know what I mean? They've all come through the stages together.
Yeah, so it should be really cool. And
Good on
also,
them.
yeah, definitely, because it's not an easy game, as everybody knows.
No, no, it's hard. Exactly. To still be hanging about and look, they're still headlining cards. It's a great achievement.
Yeah, that'll be you headlining cards.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
chief
please God,
support.
that's the
It's
plan. That's
gonna
the
be the
plan.
headline soon, John. It's gonna be soon. Anyway, look, mate,
100%.
look after you, and I hope you get a good dinner in you, and you get your Christmas
Nice one.
shopping wrapped, and we'll speak soon.
Nice one, Rachel.
Take care,
Speak to you
John.
soon.
Bye.
See you later.